Bam Damn, a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes the heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns the corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
I'd like for people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
Alabama defeats Miami. College has succeeded.
This is not the end. This is the beginning.
Just in case y'all missed it, we are Bam Damn, a damn Alabama family, and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brothers and sisters. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see everybody up in here. I do apologize. I'm a little under the weather, not feeling all that good, but we're going to give y'all everything I got tonight. But at this time, let me bring on my brother. He's going to be doing most of the talking tonight because he's got a presentation for y'all. MFR Jones, good to see you, brother. Stephen Hicks, Ken, hello, brother. Todd, we know Alabama Tide's up in here. AJ, good to see everybody. But at this time, let me bring on my brother, the Deuce, Alabama Tide. Come on down, brother.
It doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
Going on, JT? What's up, big dog?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, bro.
Hey, man, playing hurt a little bit. I know you don't feel good. I appreciate you.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right. I need to buy a week just like our team does. So, anyway.
Hey, you're tough as nails. You really are. I mean, you're a damn good guy. I mean, you're going to be all right. You're tough.
I know that. But tonight's show is put a bow on Wisconsin. Bye week, you're next. So, what do you want to put a bow on Wisconsin tonight?
I tell you what, guys, we were expected to go down there and take care of business, and we did. We went down there and we took care of business like we should have the last week against South Florida. We didn't take them for granted, and we went in with our attitudes up on right and acting correct way we should do, and we took care of business. I mean, that's the main thing about it.
I got to agree with you on that.
But if you want to jump, boy.
I agree totally on we took care of business on that one. We actually did better than I thought we was going to do. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's I was very proud of our team and everywhere but the field goal kicker. That's the only one I had a problem with. But with that being said, if I'm not mistaken, you got some grades for the offensive lines for that game, correct?
Man, yeah, I finally found a source that I was able to use, and I mean, it made me happy. I mean, I was up last night about 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock or 12:30. I mean, I was grading as quick as I could, but I finally got it graded out, and I got the Alabama grades. Yes, sir, I sure did.
Well, you might want to cut that Viagra down to a half a pill if you was up that long.
Hey, man, I'm still a young man compared to you.
All right. Well, is it part of the video over here? Do you want to start with that, or you just want to start with the grades? What do you want to do?
I want to start with the grades and some of the team stats and stuff, just to give you an idea of what happened. You know, we come in that game 2-0 Camp Randall Stadium, and they got the jump around. They got that that Badger, Beaver, whatever the hell he is, a Beaver, I guess, a Badger, I mean. And we took care of business. You know, we started out with Proctor. He was back for the first time. And we got everybody back where they're supposed to be. Proctor at left tackle. We had Booker at left guard instead of left tackle. We had Brailsford at center. We got Jaden Roberts at right guard. And we got Pritchett at right tackle instead of Formby. And so we're where we supposed to be when the year started out. We finally got Proctor back healthy. So we started out with him at left side, and then we had the ball thrown at 56 plays, guys. But out of that 56, Mr. Proctor was right. He done the job correctly 43 times. He had a grade of 76. And that's good. 76 is a good score. You know, that's right on up there in all SEC territory. Ain't as good as it needs to be, but it's his first game. And they all graded out close to that, around that all game long. They all done handled their business. So after Mr. Proctor come along, after he graded out 76, Mr. Booker, who's my one I always figured to score the best, he was right 44 times out of 56. He created his he done his job correctly. I'm sorry, and he scored a 78% score the way I score them, and other people score them in different increments. But I like it my way, and it's a labor of love because I get to know these players. You watch the game with affection and emotion. You go back and you grade the game, take the emotion out of it, and watch what they're doing, and you can see who's putting effort in, who's not. Clearly, Mr. Booker graded out at 78. The way I score them, and other people score them in different increments, but I like it my way, and it's a labor of love because I get to know these players. You watch the game with affection and emotion.
That one was my fault. I'll take full blame on that one.
That's okay. You all right?
Dumbass.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Can't help it.
We still live, big man?
We're live, brother. We're live. No, that was me. I was taking my buttons and it got off. Sorry.
No worries. I mean, again, Mr. Booker, he scored a 78. He's always scoring fair, and he's going to be a first-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft. You can write it down because AT said so. Write it down in gold, write it down in platinum. And Booker will be a first-round pick. He's probably the best guard in the whole country. Again, he graded out 78 out of 100, so he done real well. And our center, Brailsford, is still – when he snaps the ball, it's not here, and here. It's usually up here high or just here. It ain't real far off, but it is high sometimes. It makes it look awkward. But he don't snap it left, right, low, up, and down. He's just a little high. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this. And he's been consistent with them snaps in 3 games. Been very consistent. So does Milroe need to step up in the pocket a little bit to get it here since his natural movement is bringing him here? If it came up about a step or 2, would it bring it down? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, you very well could. I mean, they got to be seeing this in the video like I am. If he's staying 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, wherever he's at, they ought to be able to see, say, look, Jason, you're too far back, scoot up, or you're too close up, back up, and stay the same every time. They got to be seeing it like you just did. So I'm hoping they're telling you know where to stand.
Okay, just a thought. Go ahead, man. I apologize. There's just something I wanted to ask you.
No, that's a good question. I mean, that might have been part of it, and I'm not sure. I don't think he's moving around too bad. But so Mr. Brailsford, he did good. He was right 39. I say right. He got his job done 39 out of 56 times, and he graded out at 70 out of the ranking so far. So your center graded out 70. Again, a couple of his snaps were a little high, but he's either a little high or right on the money, so it ain't all over the place. And then our right guard, Mr. Roberts, I call the Incredible Hulk. I really love this dude, Jaden Roberts. He got it right 41 times, and he scored 78 as well. And 44. I'm sorry, 44 times. He scored a 78 as well. So both our guards graded out at 78, which is good. It's not great, but it's only the 3rd game of the year. That's very good. That's winning football. You can win every game at 78, 80, 84, stuff like that. So Mr. Roberts, he graded out at 78. He done real. He didn't allow any sacks, no pressures. And then our tackle finally, Mr. Pritchett was in the game, and he solidified that right side of the line. And they got rid of all the penalties, and they got better, and they didn't have near as many issues as they did last week or week before. And Mr. Pritchett graded out at 76. He was correct 43 times out of 56. And at the end, say again.
Said, damn.
Yeah, they all graded out 70 and up the out at 76, and so he done real well. They Proctor come in the game. They played better as a unit, and that's the front five that you got good. It don't matter if everybody else what they do. If they don't block up front, you're gonna get beat. But we had 9 plays at the end of the game where the backups come in. I didn't grade it. I just saw where they come in for 9 plays. But our tight ends as a group got a score of 70. I looked at all their stuff, and I was saying they was right. 70, about 70% of the time, more or less, was what is considered. The problem we're having is when teams blitz, our running backs had not been picking up the blitz as well as they should. They'd get up in there, but they'd get knocked back into the quarterback. This past game, they were knocking the guy back and stonewalling him, so he had more time to throw the ball. The pocket was clean. He didn't have to worry about running all over the place just to get rid of the ball. He had a clean pocket the entire time.
You are correct. I saw that myself.
But he done it. Then again, they took care of him. I don't think he gave up one sack the whole entire game. I missed one, but as many times I watched it, I don't think he gave up an entire sack. We had on the third down, we were 8 of 14, so we done good in the third down efficiency. That's winning football. We had 18 first downs to go with it. Total yards 407, and he passed for 226. But more importantly, he started out and done well the entire game. He didn't start out cold. He didn't work into it. He come out throwing the ball on target like he always. But that deep pass is murder. I mean, this dude is murder. If you blitz him, you better get there, because if you don't, your backside's fixing to get opened up. It's fixing to be a touchdown. He did it on a couple of 2 or 3 different occasions in the game where he threw it deep for our running backs took over. When they got the ball, they ran well. And Justice Mr. Young banged up, so I don't know if he'll be playing against Georgia or not. But they done well as overall. The offensive line did score. I said left tackle, Mr. Proctor was 76. Left guard Booker was 78. Brailsford, lowest scoring lineman of the game, was a 70. Your right guard Roberts was a 78, and right tackle Pritchett was a 76. So we scored real well, Mr. Spence. We done extremely well considering what I thought was going to happen. I was worried for a while that we might not come out and play like we should. They come out and they play with emotion, and of course that Tyler Van Dyke, he took off running down the sideline. We didn't hit him late. We didn't hit him out of bounds. He was actually pulling up lame before we hit him. If you watch the play, you'll see where he pulls up lame, and he starts going down about the time our guy tackles him. So it's not a hit and roll, kind of hurt the dude. He hurt himself. Something happened to him.
Well, to me, them grades that you given, I mean, I knew they did good, but by them grades, they did better than I even thought. That's impressive numbers across the board. Now, what I would like to see now, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it against Georgia. It would be great if we could, but I would like to see for Coach DeBoyer to put in a backup, either one guard, or backup one tackle in with that group right there. So you got 4 starters, 4 your best, and 1 backup, and let's grade how he does with the group and give them playing time, and then alternate them across the board. So all the backups are getting quality playing time. I would love to see that and see your grades on them as they come in. That would be awesome.
Yes, sir. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But here's the thing, guys. Just because, let's say it's a 2nd and 8, and you don't make anything, you're 3rd and 8, you don't gain a yard on it, that don't mean that the left tackle didn't do his job, the right tackle didn't do his job, or the center. It don't mean they didn't do their job. It just means the defense done something that stops you. Okay, 7 guys, what are you supposed to do? You know, there's 5 against 7. If the quarterback's throwing, he's got to get rid of the ball. If he's running, you got to miss that first guy, get back to line of scrimmage, that kind of deal. So sometimes you can have it happen where you don't really gain anything, maybe even lose a yard, but the offensive line didn't do anything wrong.
I don't know if it's just me. Everybody in the comments over there, is AT's mouth not keeping up with the words? Is it like some little Chinese thing going on over there? I'm just echoing. What I'm saying is a little bit of freezing up. When he freezes up, we should be smiling instead of that. Anyway, just say. Just let me know if y'all are seeing that, because he needs to know this information like I did, so he knows what to do to his system he's ordered. But anyway.
Yeah, I got one coming in. Mr. Stapleton says on here, teams are afraid to blitz Milrose. Teams are afraid of his legs and underestimating his throwing game. Didn't see DeBoer give everything. He still won't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I agree with you. We're still holding back some plays. Jeff, I agree 100%. I think there's about 5 or 6 plays we got held back for Georgia that they have not seen. That's going to really mess up their reads. They're going to read run, or they're going to read pass, and we're going to do something different out of that. And I think we'll have some tricks for them, just like they have for us, Mr. Spencer.
All right, well, before we get into this Georgia game coming up, we got the whole bye week, and we got next week to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight. Before we do, you got some film study up here that you need to go ahead and take off with. So
I agree with you. Just show that first if you can, Mr. Icebox. Guys, this is Mr. Overton. He introduced himself to the quarterback for Wisconsin very politely and very nicely. He said hello. And let's go ahead and watch that, and if you can, Mr. Icebox.
Don't know if he can. Looks kind of scary right here. I think he's trying to add something. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, this is a play where he holds it a little long. And watch Mr. Overton come around and boom! Woo! Do it again. Show that again. I know you showed this, Tommy, on your show, Mr. Icebox on your show. Do that again.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Did you see that?
What that was, that's old-fashioned knocking the dick in the dirt is what that was right there. Oop.
I'm telling you.
Let me do this because Icebox didn't do it. Let me do it. That's a good old-fashioned knocking his dick in the dirt right there is what that is.
Yes, sir, it is. That's exactly what it is. And he beats him around the corner. And I tell you, he knocks his damn dick in there. But I want to tell you something. Just because he didn't get the sack, you think it didn't have an impact on the game? The very next video, when he played the next video, watch what the quarterback does this time with the ball. On the second video, I will show the hit. Go ahead. And you will see him come in. It's going to be, he didn't get to sit. He's stepping back into it, and then all of a sudden he's gone. But next,
that's the dick in the dirt play right there.
That had to hurt. I mean, if that's me, I'm like, hey, coach, that hurt. We need some blocking. I totally understand it. Why the quarterback done when it done. But it does affect the quarterback, guys. And then that's why you hear Saban say you ain't got to sack him to affect him, because the next play, you're going to see what that hit done to this quarterback. The very next video I got on here, if we can play it. This is the next play, and you're going to see the effect it had on him. So here we go, the next play after getting the hell knocked out of him. Watch him. He's a little worried right now. You tell already he's moving everybody around. Watch him. Is anybody there? Do you
Nope.
see any receivers in there? Do you see anybody standing around anywhere and look at him?
No, but them coconuts are still shaking from the last play.
That's what I'm saying. You know, he didn't know what to expect. He got the hell knocked out of him. And when he did the next play, he threw the ball to the sideline like, I ain't getting hit again. Y'all can kiss my ass. He just got rid of the football, man. That's what tickled me. I couldn't help it. I had to show that. That's what happens sometimes. That's called affecting the quarterback. Even though you don't get sacked. I believe the third one is going to be a touchdown pass to Ryan Williams up there at the top. Go ahead and run it, Mr. Icebox, if you can, sir. Yeah, it's just perfect. Look at it. It's covered. He got good. And look where he dropped it in. He just dropped it in a basket. That's a perfect throw.
Icebox, if you would, roll that back a little bit because I want to show a key point that was happening at the beginning, the first two games, and what Georgia might do also because this was not being called. So when I holler at you to stop it, please freeze it. Let it go. Now freeze. Well, that's a little bit too far. He was right when he beat the guy, the defender. Right when he beats him, the defender don't grab him.
Right.
All right, go ahead. Well, yeah, you can actually see him by him there, but he don't grab him. First two games, he was being grabbed. Soon as he beat them, they were grabbing his arm or his jersey and pulling him back, and they wasn't calling it. It's freeze. Too late. Anyway, this young man here wasn't grabbing him. He's actually playing straight up. All right, you got me. Boom. You know, but Georgia would probably be grabbing him when he beats them because that young man wasn't. Wisconsin was, not Wisconsin, but South Florida was grabbing him every time he went by him. He couldn't keep up. So you could actually see him pulling his arm. Guy had his jersey pulling his back. They wasn't calling it. So Georgia might start that also if they don't call it. I just want to bring that to your attention.
No, you're exactly right. Whenever he took off, you can tell. I mean, look at that pass. Perfect. The guy never broke stride. Perfect. You can't beat that. If you don't grab him, he's going to run by and it's going to be a touchdown. You can't beat that. I mean, that's perfect. And let's see, this one I think is another touchdown pass to a receiver. I think it's Bernard. That guy coming from him from Washington. This is right before the half, I believe. Yeah, it's the touchdown right before the halftime. We just completed a pass for about 50 yards, and with the next play, he throws in the bucket again. Look at that. Right, perfect pass. It's like a grave digger almost. Perfect pass. Guys, that's when we took the ball with 38 seconds to go and then the halftime, instead of taking a knee and, playing it safe and going in, we throw a pass to Ryan Williams down the sideline. We come back his second play right before the half, and he drops it in a dime in a bucket, from what's he at, about the 44-yard line when he throws this ball. And he drops it perfect in there. You can't throw no better than this. Go ahead and show it again, Mr. Icebox. I mean, it's a perfect pass. You watch it. He don't break stride or nothing. That's impossible to beat. Unless you're yanking them, that's impossible to beat. How in the world you could beat that, Mr. Spencer? You tell me, son. I couldn't tell you. All right, is this the next one, the next video, or is this the same one? I can't tell from right now. Go ahead and start her forward for me. I think this might be the run, the touchdown from Jam Miller. Yeah, they changed the play, and now he's changing it to tell him, and of course he's gone. Don't nobody touch him.
Well, nobody touched him. The offensive line. If you will replay that and freeze it with the offensive line, you'll see a perfect wall that they did. The black back. Well, you can stop it right there. I mean, you could see where they all sealed off and gave him that opening. It was perfect blocking scheme.
They also changed the play at the line.
Yeah.
You see them all look to the left. He changed the play and went to a running play. You count the guys up front. They got 4
Right
at the
there.
line.
See, look at everybody. Look at all we see. It's our guys' numbers. We don't see that number three's on one you see for them. He's already beat, but everybody else, linebackers and all, they already got them and pushing them to the sideline. Gone. I mean, now in the the South Florida game, they might have called one of them for a hold for pushing them, but that was a perfect seal play. They did great. That blocking is superb right there.
I agree 110%. It's perfect blocking, and I mean, he's just gone.
And then he's just badass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I hate to be that guy out here on the island, because when he hands this ball, if he keeps it, number 3's like what I do.
Yep.
Number 3 didn't know whether to close down or take the running back or stay with the quarterback, so he done neither, and he gave the ball to the running back, and 30, 40 yards later, I'll see you later.
Yep.
But, guys, I had a hard time finding something I could record this on. Fox had some kind of block on it where you could not hardly record anything. Nobody had any kind of recording that I could follow and watch the game. And last night I finally found it. Man, I stayed up for a while trying to get this graded and all this done just because I wanted to, because I like doing it. But that's why some of these are, so early in the game I didn't get a lot of them. But I sent Icebox, who done a wonderful job tonight. I sent him to him at the last minute. I sent him 5 of them, as quick as I could, but he done a hell of a job getting this done. So, Mr. Icebox, thank you, sir. Without you, there's no way this would have got done. I mean, he done wonderful behind the scenes. And, y'all seen him before, but this, that's all the videos I got for it. I wish I could have got some more, but I didn't have time because, like I said,
I'm glad you did. You waited to the last minute. Normally you want this 24 hours before the show. Give a man who's working for a living time to get something together. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I was actually watching a man trying to get some food down him, and you calling in. I got my video. No goddamn gonna have it up. Jesus, I'm gonna die. I have nothing to say. He made it happen. He made it happen. And kudos to you. I spot straight job. But
my hat's off to you. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. I'll do better in the future. But again, this was a building game. We're stair stepping, guys. The first, second, third game. And South Florida was a little harder than the first game, and Wisconsin is supposed to be better than South Florida. But they don't look like it on the field. But I think Wisconsin is stair stepping 1, 2, 3. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We're going to be down at Georgia. Georgia's going to be down here in Tuscaloosa. I watched the Kentucky game. Go ahead.
Anyway, but what I'm taking away from what I just saw, what you just put up there, or what Icebox just put up there for you, is one of Kirby Smart's strong points. And Jeff Stapleton picked up on it also. That our big plays are timing plays. And they got it down at practice. I mean, I cannot deny they got it down. Jalen Milroe knows the count, 1,000, 1,002. He knows. So if we see that, Jeff Stapleton kept up on that, Kirby Smart's going to start jamming at the line. He's going to have them up on them, jamming at the line. And maybe he's going to have them grabbing too. I don't know. Because if you remember in that South Florida game, it looked like Jalen was overthrowing Ryan. But he wasn't, because he's been grabbed and the timer was off. He's been yanked back from, and they wasn't calling it.
Yeah.
So
yes, sir.
I really feel that, Kirby's going to put some people up on line and take away that timing pattern, because it's perfect timing. I got to give it perfect timing. They're doing great, and Milroe's reading it correctly, but Kirby's damn good at destroying timing routes. I'm just saying, he really is.
Yes, sir.
But,
You're right. I agree 110%. He takes what you want to do, and what he does the best is you take the top 5 plays that a team does best and take from them. If you take their 5 best plays away from them, generally your defense will do good the rest of the plays. Not that you're going to be perfect, but if you take their 5 best plays and you stop them, then you got a good chance of winning the game. And Kirby learned that from Saban, and that's what he does down there in Georgia. Like I said, everybody saw the Kentucky game. Kentucky front could 3-man rush. Let me show you again. 3 guys got in there and got into Becker, whatever his name is, Becker, quarterback for Georgia, got in his face. I can't remember his name. And got some pressure on him, pretty much. Yes, sir. But in Kentucky, they got pressure on him with 3 guys. But here's the thing: we have got these DBs of ours have got to quit getting beat deep. They got beat deep twice. And the quarterback for Wisconsin overthrew them again, just like South Florida's guy overthrew them deep. Georgia ain't going to overthrow.
Yeah, South Florida had left.
And he had our guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, South Florida left 3 touchdowns on the field because they had us beat, and the guy just flat ass overthrew them. He had them beat. I mean, beat our ass. I mean, it was there. He just overthrew them. So yeah, we got to do better on that. We got to quit face guarding, and we got to tackle. We had to wrap up and tackle. And while the guy's being tackled, somebody else try to rip the ball out. I don't want the guy who's supposed to be tackling the guy grabbing that ball, trying to rip it out 10 yards down the field. I want the first guy to put him on their ass. If there is a second guy, then let them rip the ball out. First guy needs to knock their dick in the damn dirt. That's all I'm saying. Straight up on that one.
And that's another thing. Georgia, so far to this game, spent over 1.
That is true.
That is amazing.
Let me ask you this. With everything that we know about Kirby Smart, and we were, as Alabama fans, we were very lucky to have him as our defensive coordinator for as long as we did at Alabama under Nick Saban. Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
But we know him. We know how he thinks. We see it. We could predict what he was going to do when we watched the games. All right. So you know this also. What do you think is going to be the key point against his defense for us to win the game?
You got to think about defense does best versus defense and what they do. You just pretty much asked me. And, we got and here's the thing. Georgia got to take away the big play. And the way you take away the big play is you double team at one guy. Right now it's Ryan Williams. I would double team Ryan Williams if I was Georgia. So the one thing we got to do is find 2 more receivers that can hurdle. Not just catch a 3-yard pass or a 4-yard pass, but can hurdle. I'm going to tell you, if I'm Georgia, I'm going to say you go where he goes and safety over the top. You do not let that some gun get deep. Don't let him get deep. Keep him up there close, and they're going to try to take Ryan Williams' big plays out of it. You take him out of it, okay, now you're wide receiver. So my deal is this. The receivers who we have, they're very good. Caleb's very good. Kendrick Law's very good. Got all kind of guys that can actually burn them deep. The second receivers got to develop consistency. Miller got to throw the ball.
Nah, I disagree. As much as I think I know the mentality of Mr. Kirby Smart and what I think he's going to make his defensive coordinator is going to do to us, yeah, they're going to erupt the timing patterns because he's seeing how much Jalen Milroe has improved beyond what all the media and the fans, everybody's saying that he's ain't worthy. He got so much. He sucks. God damn, he sucks. You know. Besides that, Kirby's seeing how much the man's grown. So he's going to interrupt the timing patterns. He's going to do all that. But what that's going to leave open, and I bet I'm going to put money on it right now. I guarantee you that our man Law across the middle, when they're got everybody out there cutting their damn speed down across the middle, them slant patterns, bam, that timing there, they ain't going to be able to stop. And if they shoot the linebackers back to stop Kendrick Law from running their ass over, getting touchdown, we're going to be dumping off some tight ends. I honestly believe that. I really think that the Boyer is setting Kirby Smart up and is going to burn his ass in the middle of the field. I really believe that. What do you think?
I think you just agree with what I said. Not in the same word, but like I said, they're going to double cover Ryan
My
Williams.
words are more sweet.
Say again?
Say my words are more sweet.
Okay, yeah, you are sweeter. You got cute little cheeks. But yeah, like I said, I think they're going to double Ryan. Other guys have got to come open. Kendrick Law, like you just said, and backside field got to hurt them. We got to have more than just Ryan Williams, because if you keep looking games on the receiving game, Ryan Williams, except for Quavis, and they did, that was beautiful. I wish I would. Man, I'm sorry I didn't bring it up there, guys. I'll throw it in for next week, Kentucky, just as a surplus video. Remind me of this. There's one play against Wisconsin where we line on the same side of the offensive line. One does a route across the. He gets inside deep space. He hangs the left or goes toward the left side, and he crosses his face. When he does, the safety goes with him, and that's when Cuevas just runs right down the field. You remember that big touchdown to tight end, about a 40-yard touchdown pass to Cuevas? That's the play that I'm talking about. That's going to bust wide open if they're over worrying about Ryan Williams too much. Cuevas or Dupree, and I can't think of the tight end's name right now. One of them guys is just going to bust wide open just like he did. I mean, nobody's going to be within the hash of him. He's going to be wide open by 15 yards. But I look forward to the game. If I'm Georgia, I would bullet. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you one better. Let's put Ryan Williams, let's play him out over there. Let's do our stack like we do so good. Now, behind him, let's put Mr. Prentice right behind him. Then right beside them, that's when we have Kendrick Law. We got one streaking straight down the field. We have Prentice, who is fast as hell. He's a damn road runner too. He's doing a post pattern. Then we have Kendrick Law going in and turning. How are they going to defend that shit? When we might run the ball. Yeah. When we might run the ball.
I call that jailbreak, what you just described. It's like a covey of quails just getting the hell out of Dodge. I call it jailbreak because, man, you don't know who's going where, and you're having to crisscross each other. And, what they're going to have to do is play a combo man on one side, zone other. If they don't, wide ass, right, 100%. I like the that bunch pattern you just referred to. And, again, I call it jailbreak because they're all going – and it's hard to stay on the guy you're covering, so they, in a sense, they have to be somewhat of a zone, and that they take the man that comes to them, because they can't chase that guy across the field. They do that mesh play, right in the middle of the field. You can't chase that guy across the field and have two guys in front of you. But you're right, that right there is wide open with Kobe Prentice. That's the receiver I was talking about, by the way.
I'm just saying.
Prentice.
And one thing I haven't seen yet. One more thing I hadn't seen yet this year that I want to see before this year's out. I don't care if it's a national championship. I want to see a true jumbo package from Alabama. I want to see some defensive linemen up there blocking for our running back at goal line stances. I want to see it. Damn it. I want to see it. I got to go here. I got to make me one. We're going to get Icebox coming up in here and take my place while I'm making me one. So you go ahead and answer that about the jumbo package, sir.
Yeah, that ain't no problem. Go ahead. I'm just reading what everybody in there's a Chris Camp. That's the first time I've seen you, sir. I'm sorry. Roll Tide said, "Flush." I didn't understand that, Ken. Who else has ever flushed Kirby? I guess a quill. I guess that's a joke.
That's a covey.
Covey. Okay.
A covey. Yep, that's a bunch of quail.
I like that. That whenever you bunch of receivers go inside and they all jump out of there, it's hard to cover them that damn fast. I mean, you seen them scatter when you're a covey of quail. It's a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Let's see. A lot of coaches to turn their head and talk. We quit stop face guarding, Stephen. You're right, son. I mean, Georgia is going to be the best at this. Their quarterback's going to be accurate. We got to get our heads around. I look for Damani Jackson to have his breakout game at Alabama. He's supposed to be a great one. He's supposed to be real good. Between him and Sab, or however you say that damn name, one of them's going to have. I want one of them to at least have an interception because I don't know if Malachi is going to be back in time. Do we hear anything? He's in concussion protocol. Is he going to be okay? Is he heard anything? Icebox, do you know anything?
I haven't heard anything, but
Malachi got.
Sound like something wrong in your head. Anyways, I'm proud to see what I'm seeing over here in the chat room. They're talking about our defense is looking better, and yeah, we got a few things I'm kind of wondering about. But so far, we ain't been called too much on that DB's guard going out with a wide receiver. So far, yeah, they keep facing them. You know, back in a few years ago, you had to turn your head around or you get called for a penalty, interference. This year, it don't seem like it's happening as much, and I'm wondering if they changed the rules a little bit.
My deal about that, and is you can run right there as long as you don't put your hand and actually it's not a look to turn around. All you do is right there and stay right up next to him. But every time if you didn't turn around, they threw a flag. If there's no contact, none of this to where that's what's called. That's why I call it face guard. And all you do is blocking and being able to see because you're not playing the ball. Then it shouldn't be thrown. And I think you hit on that point.
No golden dildo again. Turn your fucking head around.
we didn't sharpen that stick a little bit. Hey, by the way, guys, roll tide to all you guys over in the chat room. I'm glad to see y'all tonight. I got something kind of curious. Chris Camp says, Bama done light years ahead of what we were in the 2010s. Georgia's trying that old school big boy bully ball shit, and that's Alabama's base style. I don't know what TBH means. It's fraud. No, he might be telling me kiss his butt. But yeah, I believe the defenses are having to change. Hey, you just took the fun out of everything. But yeah, they defenses of having to change. My goodness, they neutered them so bad. It ain't so funny. But he's right. Defenses are having to change and adapt.
Yes, sir. And I tell you, when we hit that. Excuse me. One of the hits we done a quarterback, I was scared they was gonna call him when he tackled the quarterback and took him to the ground. I was scared they were gonna throw a flag that he drove him into the ground. They threw that against the Georgia or Kentucky game. If you tackle the quarterback and you drive him, they're going to throw a 10-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, driving the quarterback to the ground. The quarterback and drove him in the ground, but he didn't pick him up and drive him in the ground. And that's about the only difference I could see in it because I watched both plays a couple times. Georgia, I seen him maybe pick him up a little bit and drive him into the ground. So you're right. They hamstrung the defense so bad now when you make a damn tackle on the quarterback.
Yeah.
They throw a flag for, hey, you tackled him rough. Don't be so tough. Be easy on the little dude. Shit.
I was looking for a flag with
Am I
Overton hit
breaking
that
it up?
quarterback. Yeah, you are.
Am I breaking up?
Be glad when,
I'm sorry, guys.
I'll be glad when you get another computer. I will be glad.
Yeah, I got. I'm hoping about a week, and I mean, I don't know if this is messing up because there's no reason for it too, man. I had no trouble all day with it, but when we got Georgia again.
Let me ask you something, AT. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the offenses? Have they not changed over the years?
Oh, okay. I started to say, what do you mean offense?
Well, not
offense or wide receiver. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're on the right track.
I think offenses are going more wide receiver centric. It's not a running game as much. The running back is not as important as they used to be. They've gone more 4 wides and stuff like that with one running back, sometimes 5 wide with no running backs, but they're just more wide receiver centric. They're more wide open. And I'm going to tell you, it's turned in, and that thing I don't like about it, it turned almost into the CFL, Canadian Football League up there. They throw the ball every time just about. And I don't like it. It was in the 90s, but it ain't going. They're more wide receivers. Question, Mr. Hawks.
All right, but that being said, with all these offensive changes, and it all goes back to what I call this high school stuff. Back when the Gus Bus and all kinds of other people was coming around, start airing out stuff, Mike Leach and all them. I think it's changed the landscape of offensive football. Which when they started neutering the defense, well, now they've having to conform to what everybody is doing nowadays. I'm wondering if Georgia is getting left behind. I don't think their OC is any count, to be honest with you, Bobo. And I think he's too far in the dark ages. Now, the defense that Georgia's running is basically built from Bama from years ago. And I'm wondering if that's even going to be as stout of a defense as it used to be. Now, will it still be good? Yeah, it'll still be good. But I don't know that it's going to win them the championship this year.
Well, watching them against Kentucky, they run a lot of guys like our defense. They had 2 down linemen. They had 2 down linemen and 4 linebackers, 5 Bs. It looked like a 2-4. So it looked like we've done that. We've run a lot of 3-3-2-4 kind of formation. You have an extra linebacker. If you think the team you're playing is going to run a lot of outside, you run a 2-4 for if the side plays, you run a 3-4 for the interior. So you have to stop the run up the middle, obviously. But 3-3-5 that we're running, which is also, if you'll watch, there's only 2 guys with their hands in the dirt. And that's what I call a 2-4 instead of a 3-3. Because if you're standing up, you're not a down lineman. You can't be considered part of that 3-3. It's now a 2-4. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're in 2 linemen and 2 outside linebackers and maybe 3 2 linebackers. 2 middle linebackers. But we're just talking about how offenses have changed. Mr. Spencer, what do you think? Why?
I heard what Mr. Osbach was talking about Uga. I know where he was going with this, and I think it kind of went over your bald head. I think kind of bumped in the front and kind of flipped over and went gone. Anyway, this is what I think about it. Yes, you still number 1, all the way up your little brown eye right there, brother. But anyway, here's what I'm thinking about it. I understand where you're coming from this there, Mr. Icebox, and I personally, me, Spencer Reedley, I feel that Kirby Smart is a great coach. I won't deny that. He's proven that. He's got 2 little trophies to prove that he's a good coach. I ain't going to deny that. But he's one stubborn Georgia ass. He has proven he is definitely a diehard dog. He thinks like the fans. He's a dog. Which means he's fucking stubborn as hell, and he ain't willing to change. he was fortunate enough to work under a great, great coach of Nick Saban, who didn't want to change but knew he had to, and did.
That's what makes
Kirby
him
Smart ain't going to. I'm telling y'all right here, right now, Georgia fans, the man ain't going to because he's a dog. We do it this way. That's how we do it. We ain't doing nothing else but this. We win championships this way. This is how we do it. By God, I want y'all to bark up in the stand, wear all your shit. This is what we're going to do and lose. By God, that's what we do it. And that's what he's going to do. That's my opinion. Spencer Reevely, that's my opinion. And we'll see if it's right or not. I mean, what do you think there, AT? Am I right? I mean, are you seeing it the same way I am?
Yeah, give me a question everything in chat tonight. Roll Tide, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe, share us with people, and let everybody get on here and get to see these two bald-headed men, which I'm prettier. On here and with this, I appreciate you being on with us. Next question about Kirby Smart. Here's my thing with Kirby. He is just like that jackass over in South Carolina that's got that orange team with a paw on their helmet, Dabo. Dabo wanted to not use the transfer portal, and I'm going to ask you a question. How damn stupid you got to be not to use the transfer portal? I mean, my God. So Georgia is stuck in the past. They got a clown for a OC who needs to be with Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers Center Ring, or whatever you call that silly bastard. Dabo is not getting the times. Kirby's not getting out of the times. They're both going to get left behind. And the head coach has got to his staff as well as his own thought process. That's why we had the GOAT. That's what made Nick say he saw it coming. He didn't like it, but what he had to do. That's what he done. Gucci Brain over there in Georgia are not going to approach anywhere near Nick Saban's status. They're good coaches. They're not great. Don't you ever call him a great coach again. I'll get but Kirby. You're right. He's stuck in his own ways. I'm going to do it this way. Let me pull a Brian. The same thing we always been doing. Got to do a better job of coaching.
He's backing off like Brian Kelly does.
I tell you, man, it's amazing.
The only thing you didn't do a thumb over. That's the only thing you didn't do.
I'm going to act like he didn't say anything, guys. I'm going to run. But yeah,
I will have to defend Kirby Smart on this one. Kirby ain't no damn fucking Dabo. Kirby will go to the transfer portal. He will fill positions because he ain't gonna get left behind. Dabo is just fucking stupid. I don't know what it is. He just lost his fucking mind. There's one thing about being stubborn. I guess he has enough money that he's content. And he ain't going to change his damn ways until he's sitting on that damn beach over there. That's the only thing I can figure with Dabo.
Here's the thing I've said. I don't know if everybody remembers me saying this. It's not about coaches. But everyone, y'all go back and check for yourself. Please don't believe what I said. You look for yourself. After a coach has been at a institution and won a national championship. I don't care if he's been there 20 years and then won a national championship or been there 3 months and won a national championship. Here's the key word. After the first national championship, okay? So when you count forward 5 years from that point in time, he never wins another national championship again. Now, the key words after winning the first national championship. That don't mean he don't win 10 or whatever and do good, but they do not ever win another national championship. The only coach that's done that has been all back in the 70s. It's been done. And after that first national championship, that offensive coordinator done average 48 points a game like a Steve Sarkisian, he's going to take a Texas job. A defensive coordinator that was doing so great is going to take a Georgia job. that other guy that you had as your offensive coordinator for your first national championship, he's going to take a Colorado State job. And you got Tosh LaPoy, who's at Georgia now. You got Dan Lanning, who's out at Oregon now. So what happens to that coach? Why don't he win another championship, Mr. Spencer? I laid it out for you, open book. Why do you think what happens to him? Why can't they win a national championship? I mean, what happens right there? What did I just say?
You said they suck, and they do. But you was talking so much that you didn't say nothing.
No.
That was really bad, but you did. You talked a lot, but you didn't say nothing. It's like, you got a bunch of chickens. You hear them clucking, but you can't find the eggs. You know what I'm saying? That's what just happened to you. I'm sorry, brother. That's what just happened. But real quick, we're coming up on the hour. We're coming up on the hour here. So I have a question. My last question, and I need Mr. Icebox in here for this, because I'm going to ask both of y'all this one. Because it's straight up. I mean, I'm going to ask you this first, Mr. AT. How many times do you predict that Alabama and Georgia will play this season?
Twice.
So we're going to play.
They will not meet.
We're going to play next week. Then you're saying we'll play again in the SEC?
Playoffs.
The playoffs.
Georgia.
So they'll miss the SEC.
Georgia is going to lose 2 games. I say 2 games. I don't want a championship game. But what I was saying is when a coach wins so much, he loses his offensive coordinator, he loses assistant coaches, he can't replace his coaches, and that's where he starts falling and don't do as good going forward anymore after that time frame. But I
got a hen clucking again.
I think so.
Anyway.
One time, Spencer. One
Go
time.
ahead. One time.
They'll play them this next, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, and that's it.
That's it? Why do you say that?
I don't think they'll make it to the SEC championship game. I think it could be Tennessee. It could be Ole Miss. Gets there. And after that, I don't think we'll play them again in the playoffs. I ain't saying Georgia won't make the playoffs.
No, Georgia's going to make the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now.
But I think they'll play somebody else somewhere along the line, and we won't see them again except for this one Saturday.
So you're saying one time.
Mm-hmm, yes, sir.
Damn. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I said that one girl.
Yep.
What the fuck you mean by
one time too? I'm saying twice at least.
No, once.
One time. I think either Mississippi, Tennessee. I think them is going to be your top 3 teams. Well, it could be Texas. Could be Texas.
Let me go devil's advocate right here, Mr. Icebox.
Okay.
What if all the stars fall in the earth, the tidal waves hit, that we have all kinds of earthquakes, and Alabama loses this game?
What about it?
Georgia coming up, the first game at their home territory.
I've got 5 loaded weapons here. I won't never see the second game.
So basically, what y'all two are saying, and my lovely wife over here, that whoever loses this first game will not be seeing each other again, is what I'm hearing.
I don't think so.
I think that was twice.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Right here. Texas Bama Natty game. I believe Texas is a stout team, but
they are stout.
But here's the thing. I'm not afraid of them for one reason. DeBoer beat him last year. Beat him no.
No, I'm not scared of Color Manny.
Yeah. Well,
Manny is not as good as Uncle Manny.
Yeah, that's true.
That incest shit that the Mannings do. Yeah, I ain't worried about that.
Oh yeah, but Washington beat Texas last year.
Yes, they did.
With less talent.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about Texas, but I think we will if we could do what we hope we could do, we will meet Texas in the SEC championship. I don't think we'll see Georgia in the playoffs.
Everybody's ditching on. Anyway, I'm thinking Tennessee's going to be up there, y'all.
I didn't say it wouldn't be Tennessee.
I think Nico's going. I think they're going. They do not. Tennessee
You'll-
not play Texas.
You will know more about Tennessee. I think they're playing Oklahoma this week.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
You're right. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
No more of these women colleges or whatever. You know, they done played their 3, so now they got to get into some real football.
He's
So
saying they've been playing. Y'all been playing tampon football, buddy. What he's trying to say. All right, brother.
Right.
Anybody got anything else they want to say before we get up out of here? I can go to bed.
Yeah, I do, and then I'm gonna click myself off.
Go for it.
Spencer, thank you for coming on the show. I know you don't feel good, and I know all the things that's bothering you right now. And I just want everybody. I'm gonna represent the chat room. We appreciate you coming on tonight. Okay. Good night, brother.
All right. You got anything, AT?
What's a hen? Why did you call me a hen clucker?
I called you a hen plucker. Called you a damn clucking a lot. You shouldn't find your nest.
That's mean as hell. You're a bit ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, it was. I won't deny. I told you, hell, I ain't feeling good. You know, just one of those things, man. I get mean as shit when I ain't feeling good.
Okay.
Even she won't even talk to me, and she controls me. So there you go.
Hey, catch him when we get off air. We'll piss. Hey, brother, I hope you get to feeling better. I'm serious. As I had fun with you. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I know you're getting everybody, guys. We were all playing around. You know, I appreciate everybody being in here. You know, question everything. Come back and see us. Bring some friends with you. Mr. Spencer, like I say, tap the app. How do you do it, Spencer?
Love you, brother. I'm just going to, my last words is bring on the mighty bear. I need to get up out of here. Thank everybody for here. Love y'all. Bring on the mighty bear.
You've got to be better in all 3 areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'd be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those 3 areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, 4 years from now, why,